I said, what we want to try to make sure that we do is we reprimand the action and not the child. I said, because many times when we reprimand the child, it can break their spirit. And just basically, I know we want to always encourage our children, not discourage them. Yes, we must reprimand them for things that they do that are not pleasing to us, absolutely. But just to reprimand the action and not actually her. And I said, because I know that her feelings for her. I said, we both saw how she reacted. And she just looked at me for a minute and she said, you know what? You're right. And she said, I think God must have sent you here today so that you can share this with me. She said, because yes, I did speak to her. It was horrible. She said, when I walked in the school, she said, I was angry because I had such a horrible day and I took it out on her. And you're right, it wasn't right. And she said, I promise you, when she comes out of the restroom, I am going to apologize to her. And I said, okay. I said, well, I thank you so much for, being so receptive to the information. I said, I appreciate that. And she said, no, I appreciate you. And so her daughter walked out and she put her arm around her daughter and they just walked out the door. And so I was really touched by that. But, I get it. It's not an easy task being a parent. And so just wanting to encourage, parents to reprimand the action of what you did not like and not the person. And earlier also this week, I heard a quote by Hak Jahan Moon, who is the mother of peace.